And it's equally important to share that information with your team members.
Exactly. Yeah. In fact, yeah. Once you're mentioning this is very important because earlier we also mentioned, like using password managers and stuff like that. I think training your team, especially, is very important. Keeping them up to date. Like making them aware what are password managers, making sure they are using them. And I mean, there are a lot of. You don't necessarily need courses. I mean, there are courses specifically tailored for employees and stuff like just to. But yeah, people definitely need, especially if they're coming, I don't know, from marketing or other backgrounds, which they don't necessarily have a technical background. They might not be aware of the type of attacks that are happening nowadays. So it's very good, like, to keep your team always updated, like, oh, what's happening, like the basic guidelines, I would say. Joel, what do you think? Like, train, yeah.
Yeah. So look at, for example, we're seeing phishing attempts evolving a lot now with AI, very, very personalized. It's no longer some prince in whatever country. They're very, very personalized, very easy to fool you. So it's important, like, for example, if you've come across this piece of news, to share it with your users. Like, listen, this is happening. So if you receive an email from someone you don't know, make sure that you pay extra attention.
Exactly, yeah. I think, by the way, it can happen to the best of us. I
Yeah.
was just reading some news just a few weeks ago. There's this security influencer, Troy Hunt. He's been in the application security business for years. I've known him personally. I've worked with him a couple of times. He is genuinely one of the best, and he's always like focused on these things. And just a few weeks ago, he was a victim of a phishing attack, and someone like grabbed the list of his Mailchimp subscribers. So yeah, even he fell for a phishing attack. This is not about pointing fingers. What I'm saying is, like, it can happen to the best of us, and he is generally, based on my opinion, he's one of the best out there. So if he can fall for these things, people who have much less exposure and much less experience are even way more vulnerable to these type of attacks, susceptible to these type of attacks. So yeah, like, I think it's very important to keep your team always up to date. And yeah, if you have yourself some security background, keep them up to date. If not, yeah, try to find someone who maybe can give them like a bit of basic training, give them some best practices every so often and stuff like that.